Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yes, once again, my name is Fausto Pugliese, president and founder of Cybertrade University, and today's topic is how to trade like a successful hedge fund manager, which everybody is now starting to realizing, what do we need them for? We could do it ourselves. Well, I'm going to show you the art behind it and why it's so important to do it because, I was about, I know it's a little bit of a younger photo of me up there, but actually I look the same. I think I just have a lot more grays today. But about 20 years ago, I felt the same situation. I'm like, why am I giving these people a trade by money? They keep 99% of the profit and all they give me is 1%. I mean, because when you come and look at the true numbers, that's where it comes out to be. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to get to know a little bit about everybody here. So could everyone just give me a chat back? Could everybody hear me loud and clear? Just give me a, on the questions, just give me a chat if you could hear me. Derek, Fran, Ken, Peter, Rich, Roger, Ron, Zelda. All right, Roger, good. Roger can hear me okay. Good. Can everyone else? Chris? Cora? Just give me a chat back. And with that said, could you guys tell me what kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader, options trader, futures trader, forex trader? I know we have this big event that's coming up next week. Can you do options? All right. Peter does options and futures. Okay, good. Roger do some stocks and options. Now, is everyone here attending the New York event, the New York City event with the Money Show? Who here is attending the event? That I'm going to get the opportunity to meet with you next week. Just give me a yes or no. Yes for attending. No, I'm not. Okay, Peter. Anyone else? All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, you could always, if you said no, you could always register. We're actually, believe it or not, Cybertrade University, we're doing a private tour with the Money Show. We have all our students coming in, and we're going to be doing a tour of the Federal Reserve. We're going to be doing a tour of the vault of the Federal Reserve. You can see $1 trillion. It's the hardest, best tour of Manhattan. We're going to be a tour of Ellis Island, a tour of the new Freedom Tower, Statue of Liberty, and obviously the great cocktail party at the New York Stock Exchange. So, what's great about we do these great events, more or less not just the entertainment part of it, but to educate you about the market, makes you appreciate it, and also helps you as doing these field trips to kind of teach you a little bit more about how the market works, so you know why you're doing certain things. And the reason why we do that is that when I first learned how to trade, my mentors said, hey, Fausto, we're going to go out in the street. We're going to not just sit behind a desk and just kind of know why this is going up or going down. We're going to get into and feel and meet the trading desks, the people that invented this stuff, the people where it came from, and why these things go up and down, and why you should be listening to this person, and then thinking you should be listening to one person, but you shouldn't because he really doesn't know what he's talking about. It's the other guy you have to listen to. So that is what makes you a better trader. Now, I know we have a lot of options traders here, and and one thing I always say about options, I love options, but you could hate them because I always find people trade options the wrong way. You're supposed to learn how to trade a stock first because it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. So always remember that, okay? So if you haven't learned how to trade a stock first, you're just lagging in the industry. Now, let me just change the slide here, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to go about 30 minutes. And a couple of things we're going to be covering. We're going to talk about identifying the most profitable trades, finding the best entries and exits, following how institutional players trade the via Nasdaq level 2 in total view, profitable chat patterns, and proper money management. Now, I always like to show this photo of my families because, I'm married for almost 17 years. I got 3 wonderful boys that my wife gave me. And the reason why I got into the trading business is because I wanted a better life. Okay, and with a better life, and I'm not just talking about the salary that comes with it, I'm talking about the quality of life. Being a trader is a great quality of life because trading is a part-time job. It's not a full-time job. I didn't want to be like my father and work 12 hours, 10, 12 hours a day and never had the opportunity to spend time with his kids. My father always taught me, he said, son, try to do something that you can make a lot of money like everybody else, like obviously everybody wants to do, but do something where you could spend more time with your family, okay? Because you don't want to be working 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, you know, because my dad was an immigrant here from Italy. My mom and dad, they worked very, very hard. But when I think of my childhood, you know, when I had my dad, I want my family to have a better childhood. And for some of us here, some of you are retired and you want to spend more time, you know, obviously Social Security is not paying enough. And you just want to go out there and says, okay, well, why do I need someone else to trade my money? I got all the time in the world. Why can't I do it myself? And that's why we do this, okay? So my dad always taught me and says, listen, if you want the best, you want to be the best at your job, then you have to learn the best in the business. Now, that's why you guys are here. All of you being here, okay, realize that you want to be better at what you do. And the only way you're going to be better at it is to meet the all-stars. Now, the reason why I would say I'm an all-star is I'm a 12-time world champion. I've beat every single school I competed against in the Traders Challenge. And this is what I kind of teach my students what to do, as in how to follow the dominator market makers, how to go out there and find out why these things are going up and why they're going down. Because I love trading. That's my ultimate goal. I love and more or less love trading. I love teaching. Actually, it's a great photo right here. I want to share this with you. Last year, we took this photo. I'm the guy in the back that's pumping my hands. In front of me is that's Steve Forbes, and right next to her, that's Kim Guilford. She's actually the CEO of the Money Show. We rang the closing bell for the last event. And this is great. If any of you guys ever had the opportunity, if you can, come down. These are the great activities that we do, that we do at the Money Show. But the great thing about this photo I want to talk about is the photo right next to it. You see the article? It says a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. So let me tell you a little history about myself. I was one of the original day traders that started back in the early 90s. When I started, it was about 1,000 of us, and now there are over 10 million around the world. Now, the reason why is that it was kids like myself that helped the electronic market come and where it is today, and that's why a lot of us want to go out there and are deciding and say, hey, you know what? It doesn't seem that hard. It's like a little simple video game. Why can't I do it myself? But the thing is, 70% of the people fail trading. It's a little bit higher than that, but I'm just being very nice and saying only 70%. Why people say 70% of the people fail is because you have to understand something. Trading is a job. This is not investing. It's a game. You have to know how to play the game. You see, traders don't work on percent. We work on a commission. For example, you want a job that pays $100,000. You're not looking for a job that pays 20%. That's what trading is all about. And then obviously you don't want to be like the baby and being all confused and be like, because you ever think there's some way someday you scratch your head and like, what the hell's going on? Do I really know what I'm doing? So, because what happens, everybody's trying to hit home runs. Everybody thinks when they go up they own a stock that that's the next stock that's going to buy them the brand new house. Traders don't look at it that way. Traders, the way we teach our students is we teach you how to get base hits. You know what? We never buy at the bottom and we never sell at top. We always buy in between. So what is the best type of broker? Okay, well, let's get into understanding where most people make the #1 biggest mistake. The biggest failure of trading is opening up a brokerage account. That's where people make their big mistakes. Everybody out there, that's the first thing they want to do. Well, it's like getting the keys to drive a new car. Why would you give the keys to give to a teenager to drive a car if he didn't even pass his road test? Because you know what's going to end up happening? You're just going to kill yourself, and that's not what you're in the business for. A lot of traders, what they do is they open up a brokerage account, and they'll start playing with it. They'll start getting themselves in trouble. They'll lose money, and then they want to learn how to trade later. Meanwhile, all the money they made, they could have spent maybe a fraction of that and would have taught them everything how to do it the right way. So the first my advice to all of you guys is that do not open up a brokerage account without proper education. A lot of these execution systems, let me just be honest with you, 70–80% of it, you don't need all their features. They're just trying to accommodate every type of trader. But what we look at when it comes to trading is now you need to, it's not just going out there and having the right and the best execution system or the best computer. What makes great traders is making a day's pay. I'll give you an example. Have any of you guys ever heard of the stock AQXP? Ever hear of it? AQXP. Anyone hear about it? No one ever heard about it. AQXP. Okay. Well, what I'm just showing you right now is the way we teach our students at CyberTrade University is all our courses are, and like I was telling you before, I've been doing this for 20 years. We kind of eliminated a lot of the on-site type of education. We do a lot more online. We actually were one of the pioneers of the online education. And what we do is it's a lot more easier, it's a lot more convenient, it's a lot more cost-effective. And not only that, but we're able to teach you all day long. And one of the things that we do is we run a professional trading room online, and we run professional live teaching rooms all day. And this is just one of the stocks that we've called out in our Twitter and text messaging. But the reason I'm bringing this out is I'm not here to brag, that like, ooh, look, I traded this stock. But let me just show you what trading is about. It's about buying stocks at like $5, and within 2 days they go to $55. Okay? That's what trading is about. Now you do the math. When was the last time you bought a stock that went from $2 to $55 in 2 days? Well, I can tell you this was our best trade of the year. Okay? But that is that's like a Super Bowl happen, but the thing is, why did it go up? I don't care. I don't know why it went up. I don't want to know why it went up. I have nothing to do about it why it went up. All I know is that I'm not looking to be a leader. I'm looking to be a follower. My wife asks me, says, sweetie, did you make money today in the market? I said, absolutely. You think she cares if it was Apple or Citibank or Disney or Facebook or Google? See, traders, we don't look at trading brand name stocks. We look at making money. Like with this example right here, LXRX. This is what traders look for. A stock that goes from, and if you look right here, give me a second. Let me get my pointer. There we go. Okay. Here's 9:30, here till 10 o'clock. This is what traders do. We buy it at 11, 30 minutes later, we sell it at 13. You make yourself $2,000 in what, a half hour? I don't know too many people that make that money. That's what trading is. Why is it up? Is it going to go higher? It's irrelevant. But traders, we only work within the first hour to half hour of the open and the last half hour of the close. What a great job is that, right? Isn't that a great job? If you can make 50% of the volatility just working, an hour a day, well, that's what trading is about. Like, here's another example, what traders look for. We look for things that are moving in pre-market, okay? And then from looking at things that are moving in pre-market, you get stocks that go like this. They go from $12 in less than 15 minutes, go to $14.50. There's a little Twitter feed of us calling this out. I mean, these are the things that we look for when it comes to trading. Fit, another one. I guess everybody heard of Fit, the Fit watches. Being a good trader is, making a day's pay. I mean, look, you could have made 200 long, 200 short, 200 long. It's more or less just finding things that are moving in the market and making a day's pay. Now, I guess the question people ask, though, is how do you find these stocks? How did you know where they're moving? Well, I could tell you this. You don't want to be a poor man playing a rich man's game, meaning going out there and trading Google, trading Facebook, trading Microsoft. This is not what we trade. Traders, why would I want to go out there and buy Apple at $110? Why? Because I traded Apple and say I could brag about it, I have something to talk about it? Did you guys see the stock symbol? Anyone saw we traded this today? Did you guys see VTAE? Let me bring up this stock right here. Let me just kind of show this to you. Anyone saw this stock today? VT, right here. VTAE, up 82%. Right at the open, stock went from $11 in a matter of 30 minutes, went all the way up to $15. Anyone trade this stock? Anybody trade? Nobody. Nobody traded this stock. Well, how about this stock right here? What about one that's going on right now? BKS. Anybody doing the short on BKS? Barnes & Noble? Anybody do the Barnes & Noble trade? How about this? I want to share this with you. Do you guys see this right here? Everybody see this? This is our trading room. If you look right here, ladies and gentlemen, these are my afternoon picks. What we do in the trading room at 2:43. Okay? So you could see right here, CONN, Apple, RJet, and BKS. We did this announcement at 2:30, 2:40 actually. You could see that was right around here. And from there, it went from 13 down to 11.50. Any of you guys saw Barnes & Noble today? Any of you trading it in short right now? These are all our students and all our traders. These are actually all our students and traders trading in this trading room right here. Any of you guys do that? Well, but I know everybody's waiting for the news on Apple, right? Everybody's waiting for the news on Apple today. So the thing is this. How do we know where to find these? How do we know what's going up? This is what we teach at CyberTrade University. At CyberTrade University, we show you how to go out there and find stocks that are moving in the market, risking the least amount of money with the high amount of reward. Because at the end of the day, you just want to make money. Now, how do we know? Now, this is like the $1,000,000 question. How do we know these things go up and down the way they do? Well, this is what my mentor taught me. He said, Fausto, the best way to know and how to be on the right side is follow the money. So how do we follow the money? A couple of tools, and this is where I'm going to start getting into some edge trading, okay? This is where I'm going to get you just enough to be dangerous. So please, anything I talk about right now, please do not use this because I fully did not teach it to you. What I'm about to show you right now, ladies and gentlemen, is one of Wall Street's biggest secrets, okay? Let's start off talking about supply and demand. Does anyone here use a ticker on their execution? Anyone look at anybody use a ticker? Nobody uses a ticker. How about a time and sales window? Anybody use a time and sales window? Nobody uses time and sales? Only one person, Ken, does. No one else. Anyone here use level 3? Anybody trade on level 3? Or maybe you probably heard of level 2, but level 3. Okay, well, once again, I was a market maker, and believe me, every question that I just asked you is every reason why most people fail, because I didn't know these things. So the thing you have to understand is, being a trader, you got to learn how to be what's called a tape reader. Okay, and being a tape reader is going to tell you where the direction of stock is going. Like, for example, you see how the stock is going up right here on this chart? Great, beautiful. Why is it going up? Because we look at buying and selling. Now, when you look at time and sales, you see how we have reds? Reds means transactions are going off on the bid. Well, when you look at a chart, you look at that chart and like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's why the stock is obviously going down. Do you guys realize the way the chart gets its data is from time and sales windows? It's like this. Why is the stock going up? The reason why it's going up is because buyers and sellers are out there. They're bidding for it. And that's the way how you have to look at it. It's not just looking at a chart and like, oh, the trend is your friend. What we look at is where the volume is. Are they bidding for it or are they not? Because time and sale, the chart is getting its data from the time and sales. Now let's talk about total view, level 3. Anyone here using level 3? Anyone using TradeStation? One of the preferred platforms out there for active traders? Nobody's using that. Okay, that's fine. That's why we're here, I guess, right? All right, well, looking at this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the light bulb should kick in. Being a trader, what we look for is the buyers and sellers. We look for big block orders. The left is the buyers. That's in blue. The red is the sellers. So when you look at the buyers, you could see, wow, look, say you have a 146,000 share buyer at 364. Let me tell you, when you look at a chart, ladies and gentlemen, what makes those big block orders, we call them iceberg orders. And those iceberg orders are what make support and resistance levels on a chart. Like, for example, you ever really thought about where does a stock make, how does a stock know how to stop at a resistance levels? How does it know, to stop at that price? The reason why is because there are already orders already out there. There are limit orders. You guys ever heard of program trading? You ever heard of algorithms? Dark pools? How about high frequency trading? That's what you're looking at. This is what we teach. And guess what? If you don't believe in it, then you're in the wrong business. I had somebody the other day tell me, he says, how do you know these orders are real? Well, how do you know they're fake? Well, someone told me. He says, well, what are you doing in a fake business? If you think it's fake, then you shouldn't be in this business. And if you don't believe me, come and join me at the end of the presentation. I'll show you live in the market. That's the way you have to look at it. Because it's what we call these HFTs that make support and resistance levels. Like, for example, you see how the stock right here, how it went up and it hit a high of $20.20. It came back to 1990. Why did it do that? Because there was a big seller out there on the high-frequency trade. And if you're not looking at those big orders, then I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, you're trading blind. So, could everyone just be totally honest with me? Are you really making money? By the way, nobody could see anyone's chat. But are you really making the money you should be? Yes or no? Do you really feel like you met your goal? Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from everyone here. And honestly, saying no is the right answer. Because if you said yes, then obviously you're in the wrong meeting. Because most people that think they're doing very well, obviously there's no convincing them. Because you know what? Great traders never stop learning. So what I'm offering, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Every one of you need a mentor. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for life. That's the way we teach at Cybertrade University. I could show you all the great trades and all the great stocks are going up. You can go look at every Twitter text message that we send out. But at the end of the day, do you really know why it went up and down? Do you really know why, like, for example, why is Barnes & Noble getting crushed right now? Do you really care? Do you think that's going to change? I know it's sad as maybe you have a personal relationship with that person, but today in business, the definition of business is making money. You're in the business of trading. You're not in the investment business. You're in the trading business, and you got to treat it like a business. So, what I'm offering everyone is this. Who here can join me to watch me trade live in the market? Anyone here could come and join me and watch me trade? For 5 days. Anybody want to come and watch me for 5 days to put this all to the test? And my staff and my instructors and all my students? Well, this is what I'm offering. I want you to give me $37. I know it doesn't sound as pretty as it sounds, but I want you to give me $37. I just want to cover the cost for our webinar technology. And if you're not happy, no questions, money back guaranteed. $37 will cover the cost for our webinar technology, and I'm willing to prostitute myself to work for free for 1 whole week where you can watch all these great active trading in a real, live, professional trading room. All you need to do is call us at 877-70-CYBER, or you could just click on the link. I'll put it up on the screen, and you can register right on our website. Right on our homepage of our website. Let me just bring that up over here. Let me bring up a browser. ctu.co. And right there in the home page, click on that link right there, and you can get registered right there. Let me just put that in there for you in the chat. All right. So what do we basically cover today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the whole thing is we've learned a lot that, you know, I'm human just like you. I'm in the business of making money and trading just like you. We've learned that, you know, basically trading is not as complicated what it is. And, you know, you got to learn how to trade stocks. And most importantly, what we've learned is that to be a successful trader, you got to learn how to trade by knowing how to use level 3, how to use time and sales, and then knowing that every single one of you need a mentor. Because you wouldn't give your money to someone and never really learned how to trade. Well, obviously that's what we're looking to do, and that's what you need. Because the cheapest trade you're going to make is learn from someone else's mistakes. Now, does anyone have any questions before we go? We only have a couple of more minutes. I have to get out of my positions before the market closes because I am trading, you know, it's been a very great volatile market. Market's down 240 points. So before we end the session, does anyone have any last-minute questions? Yes. No problem, Kent. You're more than welcome. By the way, Kent, if you do register for the event for the 5 days, make sure you talk to one of our education advisors that's standing by, and they'll tell you, because it also comes with trading videos. It comes with a lot of content, and you get and you get a consultation with one of the instructors, and you might even get it with me. Just ask. All right. Any other questions? Yes, the money is back. Money's back guaranteed. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Money Show for hosting this event. I look forward to seeing a lot of you. Hopefully, you're going to come and join us next week for this event, or maybe coming for the Money Show event. And then, like I said, if you have any questions and concerns, you have my personal email and our phone number up there to come and join us. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Hope you enjoyed the presentation, and look forward to seeing you up and coming events.
All right. Thanks a lot for being here, Fausto. We appreciate it.